So I was working for an organization, a company for 20 years. In this situation, the worst moment was, when upper management told me they didn't have faith in me. When she told me that, I was like, no, I don't want to be here no more. So I told them, don't even worry about it. I'm going to give you my 1 day notice today and I'm out. I'm out. It was hard for me to be promoted. My salary, was just enough to get by. And it just felt like I was never going to get nowhere. I worked hard. I was even a trainer, training clerks, showing them what needed to be done at the workplace. I was always at work on time, did what I had to do. And I just felt like that was an injustice because I still felt like nothing. Because I have been there for, 20 years and slowly my income was increasing, but I knew I had talent. I knew, I had a college degree. I knew 2 languages. And, you know, I see other people moving up, but me, I was just stuck. And that's when I realized, you know, what am I doing here? What's going on? Once a supervisor position became open and then it was ended up giving it to somebody else, I felt like there was injustice right there. But then, I just, like always, try to make the best out of everything. But then deep inside of me, I knew there was an injustice. In this situation, the worst moment was, when upper management told me they didn't have faith in me. When she told me that, I was like, no, I don't want to be here no more. So I told them, don't even worry about it. I'm going to give you my 1 day notice today and I'm out. I said, I have to go to the altar. I have to do my campaign. I was already giving my tithes and offerings, but I needed an answer quick. And that's when I went to the altar, when I knew things were changing at work. Sometimes I remember going to the church so tired from a long day at work, but I still made it to, I would still go because, it was a part of my sacrifice. Like, no, I'm doing a purpose because I wanted answers. Because the sacrifice is that was gonna call God's attention. I was already praying, I was already fasting, I was already coming to church, I was already, doing what I needed to do, but I needed to do more. After the campaign of Israel, I saw justice in my life. God, He started giving me ideas, and He was like, start your own business. You know, name it like this. And I would go, and I just was like nervous at first, but I don't know, I would just get like this energy inside of me, like to work on my own business. And that's what He did. And along the way, it's, my business is growing. I don't have to worry about things. Like He shows me, He puts the right people. Even though I have everything, my career is growing, my business is growing. I'm trying to grow more. The greatest asset, is receiving the Holy Spirit. Because if I didn't have the Holy Spirit, I would still be stuck. It's been a year and it's been good. It's been better than the 20 years that I spent in that company. But I knew, once I received the Holy Spirit, like after that, the problems that I would go through, it just made me stronger in my faith. If you are struggling, with fear, doubt, what I would tell you, just do it. Just take action. Write down your plan, pray on it and go with it. Don't let nobody or anyone tell you otherwise. Now I see the blessings. Now I see the life that He wanted for me.